Since the unification of China took place in 221 BC, China has always been extremely innovative and experimental. Many commonly used items in the world today were invented in China, such as kites, paper, chopsticks, gunpowder, compasses, silk, and porcelain. Kites were developed in the earliest province of Shandong around 2,300 years ago. Han Feizi had created the man-lifting kite, which was also called the wooden black-eared kite. Han Feizi originated from Khufu, where the famous philosopher Confucius was also born. Khufu is a city known for its historic interest and tourist attraction. The first kites were made with bamboo frames that were coated in silk during the Tang Dynasty. A popular kite from this era was the heron kite or egret kite. It resembles a bird and has legs which function fairly similarly to an actual bird. Kites were invented for fun and became popular when the world saw how entertaining a kite could be. One could see the history of all kites at the Weifang Kite Museum in Weifang itself. Paper was invented by the Chinese in 105 AD. The invention of paper was made public to the Eastern Hou-Di by Tsai Lung, who was an official in the Chinese imperial court at the time. Tsai Lung scraped the bark of a tree and pounded it into a sheet, which became paper. It was found that paper's quality could become better when the use of rags and fishing nets were added to the pulp of the bark. Although paper was traded on the Silk Road long before printing was invented, China still innovated just as they do today and used the paper to create the first newspaper in 740 AD. Around 5,000 years ago, an undetermined man in early China created one of the most popular inventions used in China today, which is the invention of the chopsticks. This man originally used 2 tree branches to pick up large animals, and then carved small sticks out of the branches, which became chopsticks. Eventually, with such a great idea, the use of knives was eliminated, and chopsticks became the primary utensil. Confucius taught that knives and forks were too barbaric, and that chopsticks were an honorable and respectable way of eating. Around 500 AD was when chopsticks became popular and spread around the world. Some countries only used them for religious ceremonies, while the rest of the world uses them to eat meals. Ancient Chinese and Taoist chemists were the geniuses behind the invention of gunpowder, under the rule of Wu Dai during the Tang Dynasty, which was from 156 to 87 BC. The chemists used sulfur and saltpeter by burning them and transforming them. Later during the 8th century Tang Dynasty, sulfur and saltpeter were combined with charcoal to make gunpowder, which was also called huayo. Gunpowder was also used for treating skin diseases before it was used in battle for weapons. The first true rocket was made by the Chinese by putting gunpowder and bamboo sticks and launching them from bows. The first magnetic compass was invented during the Qin Dynasty near 221 BC to 206 BC. Chinese fortune tellers used minerals composed of iron ore, which makes the needles align with north and south poles. After some time, inventors realized that iron ore was a better use for finding actual points on a map, so they replaced the original needle with a spoon-like object and placed it on a wooden slab so that the handle of the spoon would always point south. Lady Hsi Ling Shi was the queen who ruled over China around 300 BC. She introduced the silkworm and invented the loom as well. Original scarves made from silk were found in Qiangshanjiang in the Zhejiang province. When silk was first created, only wealthy rulers were allowed to wear it. The emperor supposedly wore a white robe, which represented his purity, while his wife wore a yellow robe, which represented the earth. The Silk Road allowed China to connect with the world. China continues to trade by importing and exporting goods throughout the world.